now that you touch the subject about substance abuse in genetic wise, that's a hard one, especially alcoholism. No, this guy that he know if I talked to you about him. He was a high school. He has a record for most rush in his high school. Um, when he just finished college. His dad died of heart attack, and he never came back after that. He started drinking. His mom was a drinker. His aunt was a drinker. His mom passed away from liver failure from drinking too much, and she knew that she was supposed to, and she still was hiding bottles in her room. She passed away. Few years after that, his aunt was found dead from drinking. And the thing I was talking about earlier about pride kills, he knew that he was supposed to be doing the same thing, but he knew the end was coming. And that's the hard thing about addiction and loved ones. You try to steer them so much, try to lead them to the right way, whether it be Alcoholic Anonymous, with the religion, higher power, or any kind of means that you try to get them away from addiction. But once the addiction gets a hold of them, they do not care other than the next fix. This person had a accident whenever he was in a new job. He had withdrawals and he fell off a scaffold, had a head injury. He was also from drinking so much. He had a spinal stroke along the way. Yeah, that's how bad it was. And he's sad because he just passed away last month. Found him dead from drinking. The night before, the person that was with him, they was like, "Hey, babe, like you need some help. Like, no, leave me right here." Next morning, dead because he didn't want the help that he needed. And it's sad to see somebody like that because when you see somebody like that, that was somebody's kid, somebody that was going to school, he did well in sport. Going back to the identity thing, he was in different sport. He was in football, wrestling, baseball. So he was structured along the way. So he's always busy doing things. Going to college, it was football. But then when you graduate and you have so much freedom and all this free time, and you have the freedom to do these things. And also just something else, another freaking rant that I'm going to. Whenever you're little, you have so much things structured that you're not allowed to do. For example, not cursing or not doing this and that. Keep away distractions. But when you get older, you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want. You can do whatever you want. But something along the way, every single little of those things that you let it get out of hand, it will chip away at you and it will take away from you. And sometimes you go down a dark alley and you're just not coming back from it. So you have to be aware of those bad things along. And sometimes it's just life that it might affect you in a certain way, is because sometimes life sucks. When it comes to all the addictions, you might have an accident, you might have to take painkillers for your injury, and along the way you still have injuries. You're not able to get the medication from your doctor, and you find street ways to get addicted to other things. And it's sad with people that lose their way, because for some reason I always look at the report from the sheriff's office, people that are arrested. And sometimes some certain drugs, usually for certain age group, they do like, oh, this right here, they got caught for pot, like younger people, like something like that. All the people they caught with this, but you see meth and those kind of drugs, heroin, any age group, any social status, all of them are within these freaking drugs that are so addictive, hard to kick. And it's so sad. This feels like a societal cancer of those things. And it's sad because then you see some of those stories, especially mock shots of the people in there. And you see the comments, like, oh, this person was a good kid in school and somewhere along the way they just lost their way. This person was this was my best friend in school. I mean, you seen the one with the guy that he got arrested for, I think it was stealing or something like that. He went in front of the judge, and the judge was his middle school best friend. He remembers, he's like, oh my God. He started crying because they're both life kind of handle similar hand of cards, but someone on the way they make their bad choices.
Yeah, it can be hard to see. Can be hard to see them too, because it doesn't take much, to start down the wrong way. Be something that seems pretty innocent could lead you in that direction.
Yeah, just one bad night. One bad night. So if that doesn't grip you that one night, you follow another